Ladies and gentlemen, on September 30, 2020, join us as we celebrate the 50-year young man who was born on the 30th of September 1970 at General Hospital, Victoria, into the family of Mr. John de Abeng and Mrs. de Justina Yuo. He is no other than Barrister, yes, the celebrated, globe-trotting Barrister Roland Abeng.
I was born on the 30th of September 1970 at Modeka. Modeka is a village on the way to Limbe, but officially my birth certificate has place of birth Victoria because my mother started delivery in Modeka and then finally there were complications, so they had to take her to the hospital, the bigger hospital in Victoria, which is now today Limbe. That's where I was born. Cherished memories of my childhood. There are so many. My biological parents in Small Mancon, my other parents in Musang. My primary school life was very rich in Small Mancon. I have lots of memories in those days. For example, when I was moving around with a scale, I would take the weight of somebody and the person would pay me 10 francs, 25 francs. I did that when I was a child, and those memories, I still have them till today.
Who are the people you'd like to commemorate for the person that you are today? The key people of those of what formed you?
My parents, especially my parents. You know, my parents. I have many parents, many sets of parents. My biological parents, my parents, Mr. and Miss Abeng. My parents, Mr. and Mrs. Dofo. My parents, Reverend and Mrs. Ajunvo. And all other people that contributed in bringing me up. So I can't pinpoint a particular person or a particular couple and thank them for my upbringing. I think it's a whole ensemble, the society. I want to say particularly that God blessed me so much to come into contact with so many people who were much of an inspiration to me, and emotionally I thank God for it.
Tell me all of your schools and what are your most painful, cherished, and the most surprising experience you've had in primary, secondary, high, and university.
Well, I went to nursery school in Limbe. They call it the Social Insurance Nursery School. Nursery school in Limbe. I went to primary school in Bamenda, Small Mancon. I went to secondary school at the Government Bilingual Secondary School, which became Government Bilingual High School in Bamenda. I went to high school by A-levels in Kasbambili, and I went to university at the University of Yaoundé. So yes, that's that for my school. University, I also had some trainings in Leiden in the Netherlands, in Oxford, University of Oxford, and many other courses that I have taken internationally. Well, each of the schools I went to, each of the courses I carried, gave me some degree of experience. But I think my experience, when you talk of experience, it has to do with much of my working life. I started practice in 1994, and I am still in practice, and I learn every day. Listen, the legal profession, or the profession of a lawyer, is a profession where you learn every day till you die.
what is your work and all the awards and the pictures you get?
I have received all through my life recognition. In school, I received various prizes in school. I received awards in school. In my working life, I have received, but I think one of the most recognitions that I have received so far in my life has to do with the standalone program that I organized sometime in 2009 for the American Bar Association. I organized it in Cameroon, and I had an award for it. And I think that award is still till date at the website or the website of the American Bar Association. It was really a big distinction that I've had. I have had a number of good recognitions, and if I continue working hard, and God willing, I will have much more.
What do you say has been your Christian life?
I'm a Christian, so yes, I think I am God-fearing.
Well, specifically, you're Presbyterian.
Yeah, I'm Presbyterian, thank you. So I am God-fearing because of my faith in God. I try to appreciate what God has done for me all through. I also try as much as possible to give back to the society or to give back to those who are in need. I don't want to judge myself. I try to do some charitable work, and because I consider myself very blessed to have achieved what I have achieved or to be earning what I am earning. So I think if I can share it with some people, it's an added advantage. It will be much more of a blessing. I consider giving as a blessing, and because I can give, I am blessed.
Tell me about your social groups, the people you associate yourselves with.
That's a very tricky question. I'm a sociable person, but at the same time, I really do not have that so many friends. I'm everybody's friend, and I can't pinpoint myself as having so many friends. I hardly hang out with friends for a number of reasons. I am very busy. One of the groups I consider my biggest social group is my Christian family, the Bonamusadi congregation. I belong to the club. I belong to Reliance. They're all meetings I belong to. I belong to Lawyers Association, which is all the Douala Anglophone lawyers, which I have received in this house sometime. You remember? So yes, I try as much as possible to belong to those groups. But at the same time, you want to be able to concentrate on your profession, and that's what I think.
A man of your caliber and of your status and mind, you are a very kind person and have done great charities. What is the best charity and the most cherished charity in your mind?
The Street Children Project, which I started when your mom went to the US to have you. I think that's the most remarkable. If, as I told you, God willing, I would continue to do charity because if I can have anything, I will be happy to share. There are other things I have done for orphanages, for my congregation, for my colleagues, other colleagues of my profession, and I will continue to do such things, God willing. I pray I am able to do it. But you see, it gives me so much happiness to see people smile because of what I could have done to them.
Okay. Well, on to the next question. Your hobbies.
I believe in following news and news items. I like to be informed. I like reading. Of course, above all of that, I enjoy music, gospel music. That's one of my biggest hobbies, and I never have enough of gospel music. Singing, it's what I love, and I should be able to continue. I hope I can take it to another level. I would have loved to to play an instrument like a piano or guitar.
Very good. Well, next is, this is a very personal one. Who, why, how did you decide to marry?
Well, I'm married to your mom. I'm married to your mom. How? I got married to your mom in 2002. And why? Why I realized that I could be much more stable with your mom. Your mom has been so caring of me even before we got married, and your mom was the few women I thought could really take care of me. That's basic. At the end of the day, we loved ourselves, and we got married in December 2002, and that's how. And we've been 18 years in the business.
For me being your son, you've had me for 12 years. What were your feelings when I was born?
It was a feeling of gratitude to God for having given you to us, because you were born 5 years after we got married. So you can imagine the anxiety. And I had told your mother that the day the child will come, the child will come. We knew that God one day will reward us, and God did. We thank God for it, and we keep on thanking God for it. You are the best thing that ever happened to us, believe me. And God gave you to us to cement us, to cement our relationship, because you came with so many good things for us. You came with so many good things on that fateful day, on the 8th of March 2008. Honestly, Rodney, it's difficult to explain. There's no way to explain it, but yes, God gave you to us, and we thank God. We keep on thanking God for it.
What would you like to say to your mother and your surrogate mothers and your fathers?
Well, I just say my parents. So I thank God for all of my parents. I thank God for them. I'll be 50 very soon, and you can imagine that I've not lost any parent. You can only have one in about 20 kids, 20 people of my age who still have both parents alive. It's a blessing, and I thank God for it every day. I don't know how to say it. Not because I won a prize or whatever. It's because God has wanted it that way, and that explains why I do the things I do without hindsight, because I just consider myself very blessed. A few months back, last December, I organized the 50th anniversary set of my parents. In the next few years, there will be a couple of other anniversaries that I will organize for my other parents. It's just the best of things that can happen to me.
What does it feel after surviving the train accident? Many people died from there.
Yeah, about 400 people.
And you were out of the lucky few that made it out of their life. How does it feel to be alive from that?
That is one of the most remarkable things that have happened to me in my life, the survival from the train accident. Before the train accident there was a head-on collision that we had in the bus that was heading for Yaoundé, a bus and a timber truck, which I survived miraculously. Then the train accident came, you had those deaths. Honestly speaking, I just continue to say thank you to God, because the people who died were not below me in any way. They did nothing wrong. I think it's still God's grace, and it's because of God's grace that I am still alive.
How does it feel? Since in your life you have met many great people, and many of them were above you. Let's see, like for example, Jesse Jackson.
Yes, actually, it's one of my trips. I met Jesse Jackson. We boarded the same flight, and we connected very fast, and we've kept that relationship I should be meeting him sometime later this year for an African project that we are working on, and I pray that the ongoing pandemic does not come to slow down things. I have met the Wangari Maathai, Nobel Prize winner for late Wangari Maathai. We've met in Uganda. I have met so many. I've met prime ministers, the prime minister of Zimbabwe. I am happy that at a very young age, I have gotten to mix up with some real people that have been an inspiration to me. I don't want to think that knowing personalities is an added advantage, but I think that I've been very much involved with people who are well placed to motivate and to inspire me.
This is one of our last questions. What makes you to go and support the needy and the poor?
There's a simple answer for that. It makes me happy. Each time I give something to somebody, it makes me happy. It's my happiest moment is when I reach out to people. I don't get happy when I meet personalities. It doesn't give me happiness. I meet them because of my activities, my work. I get happy. I feel so much very happy when I meet people who are not as privileged like myself. I feel it gives me happiness to make them feel happy. Anybody who considers it be stooping low, going down to people who need my services, they're just ignorant. They're just stupid. They can't deprive me of my happiness. My happiness is when I reach out to those who do not have, or I defend those who are downtrodden. Oh yeah, that's what makes me happiness. So it's irrelevant whether they are lower than me or whatever.
Well, it's good for me to know that my father is one of the good ones, because your job is very political, and with a man like you, many things that you can do can maybe be for sociality, publicity, but you're one of the good people. You do this because it makes people happy, and when people are happy, it makes you happy.
Correct.
That's why I'm happy to know my father's one of the good ones. What was your vision, your dream, and your most or climate of your life?
I wanted to become a lawyer, essentially, and God made me a lawyer. I don't look at it as part of as because of my hard work. God has been kind to me to make me a lawyer, and I became a lawyer very young. I became a lawyer practically at the age of 22 years. So I've been a lawyer for 28 years. I am very, very grateful that I have, in my profession, I fell into very good hands, like Nico Halley, my foster father, another foster father.
And your mentor.
Yeah, my mentor. Yeah. So that's I fell into a vision. I don't know. If I behave well, if I work, I will die a lawyer. But I just want to be able to. I don't want to be rich. I want to be happy. And if I could have enough so that I can eat, and I have enough to eat and provide for you and my children, until you people can be able to take care of yourself, then we'll be very happy.
You are amazing. You do so much for everyone. No matter who you meet, you find time to create a relationship. You have so many friends, but you still find time to have fun with all of them. You are always out providing for us. And even though this is an interview about you, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for always being there and for being you, a forgiving, kind-hearted, and also God-fearing man.
Nyami Yesu yata Oye Nina Semyato Mecho Nyami Yesu yata Oye Namumaya Bonase Yesu yo Yesu
Now waiting this God no fit do. I've been alive where he never give me. Now only him be better man. Now so, oh God Jesus, I always salute.